I heard a interesting clip, and I always forget his name. It's a guy that's on Instagram, and he's a pastor. And his clip today, and of course, there was a lot of vitriol in the comment section. But he said, if you want to understand whether you're in a spiritually abusive system, tell them you need a break. You need a sabbatical, 30 days where you just need to go and replenish and be with the Lord.
Mm,
And if they tell you that you don't need that because you need to be with them or you're not allowed to leave the system for
mhm,
some reason, you have become enmeshed in something that is kind of taking the place of who God is.
mm,
And that just kind of speaks to me about
mhm,
recognizing that sometimes the person who's willing to show something or bring something to light in the
mm,
midst of the family,
mhm.
that person gets seen as the problem child
That's the
when
problem.
really all they did was bring the message forward.
Yeah.
They identified the elephant in the room, the
Mhm.
thing that exists.
They named the thing and called a thing a thing. And I think something that you named about the awareness, I can't remember exactly what you said, but it's understandable that not everybody in the family is going to notice these things, right? But when you have the person who the prophet, if you will, who is going to show the thing, then I think that that awareness can usher us into the curiosity, right? Like, but we're not conditioned that way. We are conditioned that if somebody points something out, we are conditioned to become defensive because that's what we as humans do, right?
But
We
that's the
become
family system too, right? You're supposed to
yes,
keep family business in the family and you
in
don't
the
talk about
family.
issues.
You don't talk about that. And so the fact that not only did you talk about it, but you talked about it within the community context, that's a no-no. And you ought not be doing that.
So instead of heralding the person who brought light in the darkness, we shun them, we shut them
Mhm.
down, we demonize them because you have brought something forward that we're not addressing. We as a community don't plan to address that. And even if we had looked at it in our own personal lives, we don't plan to voice it and articulate it so that
Right.
something has to be done with it.
Right. And so then that's when when you talk about the 8 concepts of the Bowen family systems theory, when you talk about cutoff, right? Like
Right.
when you say like bringing it to light, and so we're going to shun that person. We're not going to talk to them anymore. In the congregation, it might look like them leaving. Sometimes in a congregation, it looks like for some leaders being called out and then shunned from the community.